showing too much ankle. We think you need to start wearing a little bit more. And we're not talking about wearing jeggings. That skirt's got to be like tied to your shoes as well. And before you know it, you're wearing essentially a kangaroo and wondering why you can't get a boyfriend. And then, oh well, next step is we'll just treat them like, their property. Again. No big job. No big deal at all. And then, when they reject you because you're a giant piece of shit of a human being, you just throw acid in their face.
So I've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, we've been doing it wrong for quite a while.
Okay.
We need to start having, genders and groups of people being, more servitude to, other groups. Said whatever. Well, said a bunch of white Republicans / Middle Eastern, right old groups.
Right old.
But then they hate each other, but they have the same fucking beliefs. That's the part that drives me insane. It's like, so you want to push religion on everybody, push women down.
If you put Sharia law and the Klan next to each other down in Alabama, they can both protest the sex being taught in schools.
There we go. But then they hate each other. Oh, you're a terrorist. You're a fucking fucking redneck. Like, for crying out loud. Like, they're the same group of people. Like, the same mentality, but they hate each other in their different regions, across the world. Like, I think when people start to realize that's what you're doing and you hate this group, you should start being friends with ISIS. Oh, let's ship all the rednecks over there and just be like, here, you guys believe in the same shit, get together, screw over this, we'll take all the people who,
they can just
be free,
make a few tweaks to the Turner Diaries and they can make that their book.
Pretty much. You just gotta write in Arabic and change a few words. God, Allah. I mean,
Allah power.
If you take the Bible, and pretty much say they're not prophets, take out the New Testament, and just every Genesis and everything else like that, instead of it being the book of Genesis, it'd just be the book of Allah. And then, the book of, whatever, or book of Muhammad, I guess. Book of Muhammad, book of Muhammad, book of Muhammad. Just number it all in order. So when the earth was being made, Allah, verse 1, chapter 1, verse 1, God made the planet, stars, and all that other shit. I wonder how many people would really think that's what it is, like translated. If you just took the Old Testament and just tweaked it and just saying Book of Muhammad 1, verse 1, and just gave it to a redneck and see, like, I bet they would believe it. I actually would like to start passing those out to see how well that would go.
Just Bibles translated to Arabic in the South?
Well, no, not even Arabic. Like, I guess you could put Arabic above it, so it'd be like top of it is in Arabic. The lower part is in English. Like translated, but it's not translated. It's just translating the Bible to Arabic and putting that above it and then essentially call it the Quran. I wonder how many of them would actually fall for it. This is how Dusty solves the war of religion in the Middle East. Doing stupid things against stupid people would probably become a war crime. Or lack thereof.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure we're stupid people.
Oh, I guarantee it. I mean, it's the special needs holding the hands of special learned needs. Wait, are we having a pissing match of who's dumber?
A pissing mat?
Yeah, I said match. I meant match. Pissing match.
Well, that's the thing.
Is that French?
My self-esteem is quite low, to the point to where it feels like I may as well have Down syndrome.
Well, have you talked to your therapist about this? They have
I thought this was therapy, sorry.
I'm not a license for shit. I have a driver's license. I'm pretty sure that doesn't mean I can give emotional, mental advice to anyone.
I feel like I have Down syndrome. My soul.
I've met a couple of idiots.
I identify.
I identify as retarded. I want to get you a shirt that says that now. Oh God, you would get so much shit.
It's just how I feel. I can't change it.
I should get one for Jason, considering he keeps saying that he has Asperger's. I identify as Asperger's.
You are more than your diagnosis, as they told me at the clinic.
Oh my God. Well, it is true. It's like when Lou was talking about, the job thing. She's like, I need to stop identifying as my job. And it's just like, wait, you identify as your job? They're like, hey, what do you do? And it's like, hey, what are you? I'm a human. Why do you ask? No, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're wondering what I do for a job. Okay. Well, I'm a carpenter. I used to work in a warehouse, and before that, I worked as a carpenter, and also before that, I used to work as a cook.
Well, I would say that...
Do I identify as a cook, carpenter, warehouse worker?
I would say that actually makes up a lot of your identity. That's how you spent a lot of your time, so... I would say a cook and carpunter.
I spent a lot of time masturbating as well, and it's probably more than woodworking, so...
Cook,
maybe
carpenter,
I should say
wanker.
I'm a professional masturbator. Unpaid.
Well, then it's not professional.
Well, I guess if I get on Chatterbait. Yeah, OnlyFans and Chatterbait.
If you can successfully get an OnlyFans and have people pay, then yes, you can be a professional.
I only need one person and I get to call myself a pro. Technically, if you masturbate on the clock, you're a professional masturbator. The company's still frowning on it.
It should be put on your resume then.
Why'd you get fired from your last job? I was masturbating. Oh, so you're a professional masturbator. I'll write that down.
I don't know if it would have been better if that's what I got fired for. I didn't, but...
I think it's one of those, like, what's worse, public indecency or, a sex offender, It's like, well, I was peeing in public. Well, that's
sex offender would be worse, but...
Well, then it's like, well, I was peeing in public. Well, I was also peeing in public at a park, next to school. So technically, but it was midnight, or 2 a.m. after bar closed.
Oh, so horrible bosses, okay.
Yeah, exactly, it's like, technically by classification, you could say, like, when you look at it, it's the same crime, it's just the condition of why, It's like, sex offender, oh, well, what'd you do? I peed in a park, next to a school, in the winter. Well, no, not in the winter. Well, yeah, maybe like in the winter. It's like, oh, okay, oh, that's nothing. It's like, oh, you're a sex offender. What'd you do? Oh, I touched an underage girl who kept telling me she was 18 and found out she was 17. And I was 23. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you deserve to go to fucking jail. But she still lied, You can still understand, like, okay, yeah, that was the girl. Sort of. Did you ask for an ID? Like, at least try. It's like Rick, my boss, he was talking about how he was talking to this one girl.
Is that a moment that Rick always has to have? Where he has to go, okay, now show me your ID.
Actually, I joked with him about that. I'm like, don't you ask for a driver's license first? He's like, some fucking days I feel like I have to. He's like, this is also why I just hang out, get roommates that are 20 years old. I'm like, so when are you going to get rid of those guys when they can't bring 20-year-olds around? And I'm like, wow. It's like the same thing as, not being around at school.
I just can't imagine that system working. Well, because they'd probably go, at least if I tried to pull some sort of manipulative stunt like that, it would be more like